Hey guys, what's up? We're going to be doing a VOD review today. It's a Haven match. This is part of the new act. So as you can see, most of the players in this actual game are going to be Immortal or Radiant. Some people ended up higher on the leaderboard at the end of the last act. Some people ended up lower. But right now it's the new act. Everybody's grinding for the, for the Immortal ranks so that we can get back to the leaderboard. I want to start by saying that I had a really weird experience with this diamond level games because I played a 5v5 with some friends, and they're good players. Most of them are Immortal. But we absolutely got stomped. Just stomped. And I checked a couple of the players' profiles afterwards. It turns out they were league players that rarely, played many ranked ladder games. And the Jet did so excellent because his team was setting him up for all these kills and everything, and these frags and whatnot. And it was just so hard to play against. So I think really, if you're grinding the leaderboards, I highly recommend solo or duo queue. All right, let's get into the review. We got merked on our team. This is a pretty standard pistol round. We smoke off the two long and short A. And then we just hold corners and try to take the advantage on peeking out. We do drop one into the middle of the site, and the idea there is simply to prevent anybody from being able to peek up at me, and also to cut the site in half. So anybody taking short can kind of take short in isolation. Anybody in long can take long in isolation because both my teammates were flanking there. So we did drop the smoke into the middle of the site. Figuring out the interactions and how to recognize and respond to his abilities. But you will hear my comms during this and some of the to a lesser degree, everybody else's comms, but you're going to hear my comms throughout this. And sorry, I'm a bad streamer and I'm a bad YouTuber. I'm not good at editing. We'll have to just deal with that. All right, second round. You're seeing fewer second round buys because of the lack of utility, but you definitely still see it. So he peeks with the Marshall. I elect to smoke off my garage player as well as window. And because I'm not getting much data on what's going on at C, we just throw a smoke down at C. We lose the garage player. We rotate back to garage, knowing our smoke's still up. I incorrectly, last VOD, said that the smoke lasts 29 seconds. Actually lasts 19.5. So that's a correction. 29 seconds would be ridiculous. So he's going to fight in here. I know it. I put a molly down that just kind of drifts into default on site. Pretty solid, fast molly, if you will. You see I do get the assist there. We get suppressed here. Not a big deal. The only ability that we have is going to be the stim. I tell him, hey, do you have a flash? Do you have a flash, sir? Did you hear right there? We stim out. And immediately that utility cuts me off from being able to help him, which is unfortunate. So I know I've got the stim beacon. I have the advantage on most of these duels. I did start pre-firing that angle just because timing-wise I expected to be having a guy peek me there and swing me there. And it turns out I did. And I was unable to beat the Spectre pre-fire. Not surprising, right? 1v3. Going to be kind of rough. You're put in a pretty rough situation here because, again, everything's more expensive after this last patch. Much more expensive. I'm less inclined to buy a Deagle after losing the second round. Pistol win, loss on the second round. I'm less inclined to buy a Deagle on this particular patch just because of the fact that I'm not gonna get a real true full buy. So they smoke site. What I want to do is I don't want to allow too many angles for my teammate again. So again, I do that mid-site smoke, and I do the top C smoke, which is pretty standard, though honestly was probably just a little bit too late to be effective. We pre-fire through the smoke. Do that. You'd be surprised the amount of kills you can get off just holding an angle and pre-firing. Okay, so I recognize that I'm not going to win this, and I just want to take people with me. And I don't set up for the shot there, thinking I can get around the corner, not realizing the Cypher and the Brim are so close, and I don't take anybody with me, which is unfortunate. Since I didn't buy a Deagle the previous round, I'm able to buy nearly a full buy, one stim beacon. Everybody gets a buy here. And we recognize that they're probably going to be bonusing, though they do have money for it. Got to remember, 3 people did live in the last round. So we're expecting them to maintain their Spectres. Maybe 2 Vandals or Phantoms are going to come out here. If somebody's a true psycho, you might see it all on a round like this, but I doubt it. Kind of a weak spray out of me there. Usually I like to be crouched, stationary. I know Kaio isn't peeking, and that's just by my mini-map, and you can see that right there, right? Kaio's not peeking. So I elect to smoke with no info. He gets a kill. You'll love to see it. And we start holding garage here. Not much to say. Most sites are held. The Jet is holding the B site right now. Somebody takes a pot shot on me. Standard smoke there. And then we throw that molly right down into the middle of site. Makes it tough for them to plant, and they end up not planting. Could have been bad. Could have been bad for us there with that Cypher pushing, but with both of us at that left and right angle, pretty tough for him to win against both of us. We have to be pretty unprepared. Now, I actually tell the Cypher, listen to my comms here. So he says I have 10 HP. I tell him save his gun. He pushes into the guy. But, you know, like, the guy could have gotten a kill on him. Just a stray Spectre shot. And right now, bringing guns into the next round is so important because your utility is so expensive again. It's changed the equation on whether it's worth it to pursue a kill or not. It's changed the equation on whether it's worth it to save or not. Saves should be happening more and more in this patch. You guys can check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv, OrangeTV, if you want to see me playing live. I'll be climbing the leaderboards. My Phoenix got absolutely tagged up. He elects to use an ult, which is great here, right? So he uses the ult, boom, back to full HP. I smoked the garage because he had gotten spammed through the garage. Right now, we don't have a lot of info. I'm slow on garage. They asked me to hold garage, and I tell him I'm slow on garage. I'm not going to make it very fast. I hear one walking towards A main. I notice I have one smoke here, and I hear the guy walking A main. Boom, I'm suppressed. That means I just have to hold a corner. So I elect to hold this corner. Cypher smartly plays in heaven, which he decided he was going to do once he figured out he couldn't activate traps or trips. I missed my initial shot there. So I immediately fall off because it's really easy to just get turned on. So we expect them to, think that there's one at each site here. So I elect for the more cautious play. My Cypher doesn't. He goes and he tries to get a pick, loses his life. I think that's a definite mistake that happened there. Huge damage to the Cypher. So I'm waiting for my teammate here. Smoking long so that they can't just hold that shit. Pardon my French. My teammate blinds me. Merked blinds me, and then I do 85 to the Kaio. So with that blind, without him not calling that blind or to turn or anything like that, I'm unable to help him. I'm unable to trade off the guy that's beating him. So I think that was another loss and another mistake by our team. The Cypher made the first mistake by not just playing the man advantage for the retake. And you hear him talking about that right now. He's saying that he made a mistake. And it should be okay for guys to say, you know what, I screwed up. We don't need to rub it in or anything. These players know that they screwed up. It doesn't help to tell him anything more than that. I know that he's not peeking mid-window because I didn't hear anything drop. So I elect to stim Inspector, thinking I'm going to take an engagement on grass. Doesn't turn out that way. We do the best smoke that we can for top C. It's not great, but we do what we must to get one out. Often it's better to get out okay utility than the best utility late. I take a shot here. I make a mistake in window here. So they don't know where I'm at. Could be grass, could be anything. I hold this angle, right? Here's the issue. Here's the issue. The guy walks up grass, and he's got that angle from that box. I fucked up. Definite screw up by me. And then I tell my Cypher that he needs to go A. He's a little lost here. He should be rotating. He does have the cam though. That's a huge difference. I still think his positioning is too late in the event that they do progress on it. That are 2 C players. Yep. And boom, they're in A. Again, his cam is okay, but it doesn't cover long. And they elected to go 4 long. Graffiti. But he tries against the Brim pretty hard with the classic. He burned all his knives earlier, missing on the guy on the cross. Sucks. So I tell Cypher that his teammates say that. His teammate never told him that. You can help people out with kind of calls like that. And then you see the Cypher like trying to catch their rotates. Doesn't make a ton of sense. Then he tells him exactly where he's at. Like, is he ever going to go through that trip? No. He's never going through that trip. I don't know why he shot that. I think that's a mistake. And I tell him to commit to the save. Too many times people try to half save or they like want to still fight on exits, but they're not really saving. And unless you have a really good read on the economic situation where taking that gun away from the enemy team is going to have a huge effect on the next round, it's often better to just commit to the save fully if you can, if your positioning is fine. In his case, his positioning was fine. There was no reason for him to be doing that. Let's set this down. Kind of a weak spray by me there. What's that going to do? Hit body shots? Second one's a little bit better. Those are headshots if they do connect. Sometimes you'll even kill with that. That shot right there to grass is really common. And that's why I elect to pretty liberally use stim beacons in that garage spot. Immediately on peak to reset my aim. I hear him going garage, right? But I don't know how deep. I get the smoke down. And then I'm not sure, like, is my teammate going to push? Am I going to kill him with this ult? And then my teammate says, hey, just ult garage. I go, okay. Boom. Nice 4K. Pretty solid. I like to see it. Me too. That was my read, but that was incorrect. So even after winning a round with 4K to buy all my utility, I'm going to have to opt without buying a gun. I end up opting for light armor. That's how crazy the new money system is, and how expensive utility is. And Brimstone was one of the least affected by the utility situation. And the only thing that changed for him was an increase of 50 to his molly. A's hard. I can hear it. Cypher can hear it. Cypher can see it. You see it on the whatchamacallit. You see it on the mini map. It takes one. I shoot that for Jet there. The molly pushes me a little bit. It takes some damage through smoke. And I like to play behind the box. Just trying to get a better situation to swing. This is a nice turn by him. To shoot me there. I only did 70 damage to him. He just turned and ended me. So, my fault. My aim was a little bit off. I took a very passive aim angle to try to just do body shots and secure it around. And then my teammate traded him off just fine. So, nothing wrong with that situation. This next round, 4-4. We should have a definite money advantage. I think they're on eco here. There's a lot of utility there. I lay down what another Brim called the Caterpillar, and then at the end of it, I molly it. It gets one for merked, and then I'm pushed off, and because of this brim smoke, there's not much I can do. And then I cannot help my Phoenix at all. Cannot help.
Close seat spawn.
I didn't realize that the jet was so close. A better comm out of my Phoenix would have been good there. This jet makes a mistake. He gets one kill. Watch this. And he leaves himself too wide. He should immediately unpeak. He should immediately unpeak and reset the beam. But he doesn't. He peeks into the right side there and does not take the big fight, if you will.
Think so? Usually it helps the guy who's standing right here because it's very hard for them to full swing in.
So I end up explaining to this guy that essentially I'm just trying to stop the full swing there, but he felt it helped them because they were able to get out and back to the left of the site. I think it's a little bit better to be shooting into a wall of smoke and they can't see you. I think it gives more freedom to the site player if they're not pushing garage. We miss our initial peak there and immediately fell off. It's very easy to get wall span there. And then we take the grass shots.
Pushing mid main.
I'm surprised how much damage you can get with that angle. And Molly not thinking jet's dashing in, and then I get rando commandoed through smoke.
Just wait, Merc has big flank.
This is a nice flank here. Good discipline. Kind of a sloppy shot, but a kill's a kill. I really love Phoenix's play here, though. I don't love Kaio's. There was no reason for that. He didn't understand that there was a smoke there, I don't think. Surge's trigger discipline right here is really impressive. Like you wanna move, you wanna peek, you wanna be active, but being passive is sometimes the best answer. And I would feel uncomfortable given the 50 seconds. He sees him, pauses, and he takes the shot, and then it's a totally winning situation. And that's a low variance play. It was great discipline out of him.
It's kind of hard to just sit there.
I think I even said something to, yeah, I told him that I really liked the play.
Expect something pretty cringe. Let's not drop a gun in isolation, okay?
I tell my team don't drop a gun in isolation. What's that mean, right? That means don't push. It means play back on your angles so that even if you do die, you aren't in a situation where they're picking up your gun immediately, which is a huge multiplier for them. I noticed Kaio was playing in a spot where he had no information on the mini-map. And then they started aggressing B. That's another angle with the stim beacon that you'll get surprising amounts of kill. They re-smoke long, and then I make a mistake. I peek into it as my other smoke dissipates, which just bad timing by me. Could have gotten spammed through that spot if somebody was walking up.
4 in garage.
Spray, spray, spray. You got stim beacons. Spray everybody. Wallbang everybody. Spray all the smokes. Then my team just comes in big. Yeah, I think I did damage to that Kaio there. I could have done that in garage earlier, or it could have been my wall spam. No clue. Yes. 74 and 74 to jet.
Exact same damage, exact same hit pattern on 2 of them. I don't understand.
Unlikely. At least we know it's consistent when you hit a headshot through a wall and a body shot through a wall. It's 74 every time, I guess. This isn't the most frag-intensive game, but I feel like the impact, for me, I think I end up on some absurd level of assists, something like 20-plus assists. So they call A. I think about smoking jet close. Probably would have been fine. And then we toss the molly down C long there. It's a pretty good one. I'm glad I get it out. You see an assist on 2 there. See an assist on 3 there. I don't realize how effective my molly's been. I don't want to peek this corner of the smoke and just try to take the kill, and then I get a 4th assist. We're now at 15 assists there. I think I realize right here.
Holy shit, that molly 93, 102, 84, and 70.
Yeah, so I realized that Molly just does tons of damage. 93, 102, 84, and then 70 was probably me shooting the brim.
Shit.
Yeah, 2 in the chest.
Quality Molly.
Quality Molly, as I said. So, I like to see it. It was a big impact. This game is all about impact, not so much about frags. So you asked for the smoke on window.
Headshots.
Pistol round.
Yeah, that's right.
Drop the smoke on garage. We delay. The smoke's on, because they can't be there yet, right? Generally, they're still rotating. So it's okay to delay these smokes just a little bit. They just can't be there if they're playing in their sights. Now, they could be playing some sort of cringe position, you know, or stacking a sight, but you generally don't see that on pistol rounds. You see that kind of shenanigans on eco rounds. That's when I think, okay, maybe I need to dump my smokes early. But mostly, not required. Pick up the
I do like to buy second,
sheriff there.
And they will have enough for specters and light armor for 3. Yeah, maybe slow.
We like the Deagle here. He's expensive now. Same plan. We're just going to run it down C.
Yes.
We're expecting a buy out of them,
I'm not a fan.
right? They did that first time, so they're down now. We're going to expect them to do that second time. Boom. So they saw us smoke garage earlier, and then they saw us go C, so I end up smoking earlier this time, knowing that they're probably conditioned to rotate quicker. We toss a molly on CT because we think it's the only place where they're probably aggressing on, because Jet's already gone through garage. And then we go hold long. I realized a little bit late that Cypher has a trip. Excuse me, sorry about that. So with the Cypher, I just elect to fall off, knowing that they're not going to go through it. 1 kill. This is kind of weird. I think I switched to my gun. Yeah. Felt like I switched to my Deagle before I even got the kill confirmation on the guy. Pretty standard hold there, though. Nothing too cosmic. Standing in a stem with a Spectre, peeking around corners. Peeker's advantage into weaker guns. Generally, if they have a weaker gun, you're going to have Peeker's advantage, barring them hitting some sick Deagle headshot. They're pretty good to go. We take a look at their money again. We realize, oh, surprise, surprise, just like we expected, they did force. So I tell my team I'm going to end up lurking, C long, expecting the push. I do get an ult out of this. Now here's a risky situation. My team decides they're going to push through a smoke. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Previously, we were not pushing through smokes. Then 2 CT, so we're going to elect to molly it off just so we can get the spike down. We want a 2v2. I know that trip can't be broken by a jet dash, so we
can't do that anymore, Jet.
Yeah, so that's a big change, right? Jet can't just dash through. He gets rubber banded back. That's a huge change, guys. The biggest change in this patch is easily the accuracy changes. The walking inaccuracy has made this huge, and the slower time to reset gun accuracy also absolutely giant change to the game.
The left wall, and it can be damaging for anybody pushing logs.
Okay, so I ended up pinging a couple things out there. He asked me why I'm smoking so far out in CT. The reason I smoke so far out in CT, and you see that smoke cover the entirety of CT entrance, is that somebody can press against that left wall. As you're aggressing the site, somebody can press against that left wall that peaks to logs, if you know what I'm talking about, in C site. And it becomes really, really difficult for my players that are basically in sight. Because as they peek around that corner, as they strafe towards logs, towards garage, anybody there can hide and not be seen by the players that are peeking around the left side of the boxes. Somehow my Jet classics a guy. I got no comment on that. Back left, this guy manages to get out somehow. Dinosaur ends up killing him. We smoke garage is what we elect to smoke. And then we stim for our Spectre plays, right? It's a Reyna ult. Super strong. My molly was bad. Flat out, I missed my molly. I fucked up. Okay. More stim beacons. We're just holding an off angle here. He doesn't expect us to be right in the middle of the box here, just out in the open. Kind of hard to play against, right? 78. He doesn't overheal. He dismisses. I don't know why he did that. And the Kaio apparently has a lineup. I don't know what he's lining up with. We hear them saving. He elects to burn it. It's a jump molly. Guess it works. I haven't seen any of the Kaio lineups. I don't know how effective they are on actually dissuading.
By the way, I just want to point out I have 20 assists.
We have 20 assists at this point. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
Remy with the stimmies, I guess. I think smokes cause assists now. Is my understanding. If you kill somebody and they were in character smokes, I think you get a assist on that now. So you're gonna see more assists out of smoke characters from that. I say let's try A. They completely discount my suggestion here, which is fine. Jet is absolutely just going off here. You'd love to see it. I don't know what they're doing at A. I just know I'm holding. Because it's... Okay, so this, my Kaio makes a mistake. He leaves my Cypher alone. And I just try to dip out. I mechanically fuck up. Just runs through my molly. He's telling me to go. He's telling me go see, we got it. And I'm like, dude, I can't, bro. What do you fucking want me to do? And then I make a bad call to Reyna's in the back side. And I think Merked made the mistake here. I don't know why he dipped out. He wanted to use his super cool freaking molly lineup, but it doesn't make sense when we don't actually have a site and they're pushing. So that was a mistake by Merk.
We donated that round the post plant play there.
And then it was a mistake by me mechanically to not get behind that wall in time, which got me low, and the Jet was able to push through molly and beat me.
Cypher while I got in for the bomb. Let's get a drop. Merked, request the drop.
Do your boomer things. Financial management when your teammates are on half armor and they're not getting a drop out of a player, and you're really disadvantaging your team.
It's your Brim has ult.
Okay, we do our standard smokes, and then we're gonna lurk. The Cypher dies immediately. The Jet kills Kaio immediately. And then executes him. And with these smokes, we end up just doing the cringe corner. Sitting in a corner, we re-smoke C-Link, or yeah, C-Link, I guess. CT, whatever you want to call it. And my teammates aren't telling me how many are actually spawned, so I got this like nagging feeling that a guy's going to become through grass. Does it happen? No, it doesn't. But Valorant gives us all trust issues, right? I have been flanked so many times in this game that I can't anymore. Like, it happens all the bloody time. I guess Dinosaur elected to stand in on molly though. 87 damage.
Just want to switch it up. Go A once. We'll never expect it when I... No, I'm going to smoke C just like we've been doing, and then we're going to go A.
So basic conditioning, right?
Your shit.
I'm going to smoke C here. The teammates are all going to go A. It's going to look like we're going C, like we've been going for the last 90 rounds or whatever.
They literally pre-mollied C.
And yeah, they pre-mollied C. They just expect us to be doing that. Jet kill. That was nice. You'll love to see it. Maui, what are you doing? Sorry, that's my dog. He's up for things. Again, I'm a bad YouTuber. I'm a bad streamer. What do you want? Big flank. I think this is pretty much in the bag. So we end with 20 assists, I think, in total. Which is pretty gross.
Kevin, yeah?
He says I'm C. The Jet says I'm C, and of course he's heaven. So I never trust people. No one's ever AFK.
I bottom
21
fragged
assists.
with 21 assists. GG, boys.
Bottom frag with 21 assists. That was a victory. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, these are diamond rank up games to go up to Immortal with the new axe. So these are all diamond and, or excuse me, Immortal and Radiant players. I hope you learned something from this. I hope it was good. We promote to Diamond 3 here. We're pretty much winning all of our games at this point. And they're not too hard, to be honest. But you are seeing a lot of good players. So. What was really hard, though, is that 5v5. 4 stacking or 5 stacking or even 3 stacking with the way I believe the Valorant matchmaking system works, where it's going to pair you against another team of 5 stack, 4 stack, 3 stack, is something I really don't recommend. I think solo queuing or duo queuing is probably best, especially if you don't want to run into Smurfs and stuff, right?
That's pretty good.
So I think that's a problem with the current system. People are going to want to play with the Smurf. The Smurf is rarely solo queuing, right? He's carrying some of his buddies, having a laugh. So if you want to avoid that, you definitely want to avoid queuing with a ton of people. Anyways, come check me out on Twitch, ONGTV. All over my branding. You can see it everywhere or whatnot. Thanks for checking this out, and I hope it was helpful. Good luck in your Brim games. You're using an F tier agent. What can you do? Have fun with it. Smoke a lot. Use a lot of utility. Use all standard things. I'm out. See you in the queues.